Apologize for the late start. I'll show you guys or whatever here in a minute why I'm having issues here. It doesn't matter. My cat um, is having something happened to him. I don't know. He disappeared for like 3 days, and now he's back, and he had a lump on his side about the size of a baseball, roughly. And yeah, I've been trying to take care of him. Actually, let me go check on him one more time real quick. Just got him all cleaned up, but I gotta make sure he's in the right place. Okay, sorry about that, but yeah, he was not. He's not wanting to lay where I want him to lay, and he's leaking stuff out of him. So I got to make sure he's in the right place. Anyway, tonight, thanks to Dan for everything that is on the table right now. We have a solid main here. We've got, well, everything's going to fall over. That's fine. We've got some crackers back here. We have the meat pie version, which I like better than the Vegemite version. The Vegemite ones aren't bad, though. And then we got some penne bolognese, cooked and freeze-dried. This is probably going to be really good. This is a brand that I'm not really familiar with, the Camper's Pantry. It's probably common in Australia, but obviously not here in the United States. And it's made in Tasmania, which is local to Dan. So, literally from his area. You can't say that about many things. Like, Warnick's not far from me when it comes to ration items and, like survival food type stuff. So, Warnick is about 2 hours, roughly. Maybe, depending on exactly where it's located, it might be 2.5 hours from me. No more than. But, yeah. That's the closest thing like that I can think of that would be anywhere near me. Which Tasmania is like its own island, or it is its own island out of Australia. And then we've got this pure Tassie made with Tasmania black currants, which of course that was on purpose, sending me things that are local. And then we got some wallabies here. I tried these. I tried them once, and then I ate a couple outside of. I think there was only 12 in there, so I tried to save some. It seems like there was only 12 in there. It might say on here somewhere. Does that say one serving of like milk? What is that? What's that mean? Dan, are you in the chat? If you're in the chat, tell me. Does that mean like one serving of milk? Is that what that means? 100% sustainably sourced cocoa. I could have swore that this bag said it only had like 12 in it or something, or maybe 10. Of course, I'll just drop it. These little Cadbury caramel wallabies. Coconut rice pudding. I like coconut. I like coconut cream pie. I like things with coconut in them. I'm going to bet that I'm probably going to like this pretty well. Any suggestions. Do I need to heat it up? Do I need to, like, eat it as is? I don't know, actually. I'm not a rice pudding eater. So, I know some people in the United States still, they eat rice pudding, but I do not. It's not a thing that I eat. And in these, I've been rationing these things out because this is something that we can't get here. The clunkers, I'm a big fan of them. I know a lot of people, they try them and they don't like them, but I do actually like these things. I don't know what it is. I don't know. They're fun to eat too. So, hey, what's up, Storm Tracker? You got the weather rundown for us? I should say hello to everybody in the chat because I did get distracted by the cat. So what's up, Melvin Anderson? What's up, Spicy Tuna Rolls? What's up, Joe? Where are we going here? Let's see. Who else is here? What's up, Jay Watterson? What's up, Sparrow? Oh, that does mean equivalent to 1 glass of milk. That's what I thought that little picture meant, but I wasn't sure. Okay. Oh, yeah, perhaps a dairy or calcium. Yeah, it's equal to. What's up, Will Cox? And we got Storm Tracker. Lots of rough weather across the eastern U.S. Yep. We've had some ice and slick roads, but nothing like they're having to our west and north. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting hit any time now. Let me look outside. It is not snowing yet, surprisingly. Or, yeah, well, wait a minute. Yeah, maybe it is. Yep, it's snowing. It's not snowing hard yet, though. We are predicting, like, the weather models and all the predictions and everything that I've seen. The lowest one says that we're going to get anywhere from 6 to 8 inches. The highest I've seen, hello, Goose. Yeah, I just had to go save Goose, too. She was locked in the bathroom. Hi, Goose. Here, hop up on the table. Say hello to everybody. Say hi. Say hi. She's a good cat. Yeah, she's a good girl, huh? Yep, get your butt out of the camera. There you go. Here's a good kitty. Here's a good kitty. Anyway, the lowest, it said 6 to 8, 6 to 10, something like that. What'd you just knock over? And then the highest I have seen for us is 12 to 18. So we're going to get anywhere from 6 to 18 inches of snow, I would say, or 4 to 18 inches. I don't know. We're up on like the kind of border of it from all the stuff that I've seen, and I don't know. I feel like, or usually I should say, typically whenever this is the case, you're killing me. Typically when this is the case, we end up not getting much, because I can remember it had been 4 years ago, because it was February 2nd or February 22nd, so almost exactly 4 years ago. They were predicting this huge ice storm for us here. We were supposed to get like an inch or 2 of ice on everything and then snow. And I went to Harbor Freight to buy a big generator to just have backup power for the house and everything. And as I was in Harbor Freight, I ended up getting sick while I was at the store. Like, it just hit me out of nowhere, and that was the second time I had COVID. That was back in 2022. So I guess this is like a kind of like a pattern around this time of year where we get these storms. So, but no, we ended up getting nothing from that, by the way, like virtually nothing. We might have got a little bit of something, but it was pretty much nothing. That reminds me, check out this thing that Amber got this for me. She got it at the dollar store of all places. I thought this thing was super cool. I want a full-size lamp. Here, Goose, hop out of the way. Yeah. But yeah, it dances around like that. I didn't touch it. It did that on its own. Oh my goodness, yes. You love it on me? Yes, a good girl. Yes, a good. Hi. Hi. Yeah. He's a good cat. He's a good cat. Yeah, we've had all the freaking cats in the house because it's so cold. I would say right now it's probably, I'm going to say single digits, 4 or 5 degrees, but I will check and tell you what the temperature right now is. Where's my weather app? There we go. Oh, I was wrong. It is 14, feels like 5. Yep, so they're saying the main part of the storm, the beginning of the storm, is supposed to start hitting around midnight. So probably while I'm still on here, it'll hit, and then it's supposed to snow till, jeez, 5 p.m. tomorrow. 100% chance all the way through to 5 p.m. tomorrow. So it's going to start snowing at midnight and snow all the way until 5 p.m. It'll take a break at sunset, it says, and then there's an 80% chance at 6, 7, 8, and 9 p.m. So it might snow it might snow about 24 hours. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get hit pretty hard here. Let me make a quick post real quick, and then we'll get started. We'll get this stuff. Oh, the Anzac biscuits too. Forgot about that. Or I didn't say anything about that. The Anzac biscuits got the military tie to them. The story is maybe on the back of the box. Hang on, I'll read that here in a second. Well, you know what? Let's just read it. On May 7th, 1945, Germans surrendered and the war in Europe was over. And 8th of May was declared VE, Victory in Europe Day. But in Australia, the celebration was tempered as the war in the Pacific was still to be won. Australia still had troops fighting in the Japanese, in Southeast Asia, and Pacific, and anxious families at home worried for their loved ones. Finally, Japan surrendered on 15th of August 1945, and the Second World War was over. After nearly 6 years of conflict, loss, and privations, the pent-up emotions poured out as a flood as Australia celebrated freedom on VP Day. The cost of the war had been great. 39,657 Australians died, and around 30,000 were taken prisoner. Over 8,000 whom died. So, Dan, if he's in the chat, he can explain the whole Anzac history, like the history of it, and because he's told me the story of it a few times, and it. I know parts of it, but I don't know enough of it to tell the story, is what I should say. All right, let me take a picture real quick. Oh yeah, I need to get this off here. I thought that thing was super cool though. Solar bobble. It says solar bobblehead, but it's the Christmas tree story, or Christmas story lamp, leg lamp. Pretty cool. I got a message from Dan. Okay, let's make a quick post, select more photos. Yep. Oh, dang it! I don't have the link. Huh. Well, crap. There it is. Oh, and the Milo. They put this in the Australian rations. The last current ones that I've seen still had the Milo in it. Alright. Now we will make a post. Alright. Didn't even say click the link above or nothing. Okay. Doesn't matter. Let's get out the tray. And we'll tray it up just like any other day. All the Zappos, too. We got some strawberry and some grape. Like chewy candies. I happen to really like those things. Oh, dang it, hit the tripod. My bad, guys. But you cannot get those here either. Oh, there went the measuring cup. There went the microphone. Oh, I'm just on top of my game today. All right, microphone, come here. Fix the camera. There we go. And we got the microphone here. All right. Well, that wasn't on purpose, but that'll work. Southern Californians are built different. We have temperature differences during the day, very warm days and very cold nights all the time. Makes the body try to adjust makes it quite difficult for the body to adjust. Yeah, you guys do have, if you're in Southern California, you got like warm, dry days, and then you got cold nights. Let's see. Maine goes here. Where's the rice pudding? Here we go. Rice pudding. Probably go in the middle. Then we got the crackers on the side over here. Then we got some candies. Let's get out a couple clunkers. Wait, clinkers. Called them clunkers. Okay. On the rice pudding, do I need to warm that up? Is that something I need to warm? Let me check what Dan sent too, by the way. Let's see. He said a lot of the guys he works with has the Milo instead of tea now. A few spoonfuls of Milo, the more the merrier. A spoonful of sugar, hot water, and an ounce of milk, or just hot water. So, or you can just go with the hot water. And dipping the biscuits in to soften them up a bit is good as well. So I'm a big fan of these Anzac biscuits. I Did that fix the audio? Is the audio good now, or is it still messed up? Still can't hear me? Oh, we're back. Freaking GMC link directly into the live stream.
I shut it right off as soon as I pulled in.
Well, I can't help it. Okay, but we're good now. We got audio. We're golden. Here's our word search. Mount King William I, Eldon Craig, the Able 62 to 97 word search. The Ables? Okay. Are these all places? Mountains? Huh. Weird. Are they all in Tasmania too? That's a lot. So 62 to 9 would be 35. 35 words to find on this word search. I see Mount Snowy North. Mount Snowy North right there. Is that one of them? Where's Mount Snowy? That has to be one, right? I don't know. Hey, LC. Howdy. Happy New Year. Hope all is well. The migraine is now 61 days old. Holy cow. Yeah, I've been having some weird headaches. Like weird. No, I wouldn't call them migraines, but I've been having these weird stress or tension. I don't know what they are. Headaches. But 61 days is not acceptable. Yeah, that's too much. I still don't know if I'm supposed to heat this up or not. Let me get some crackers out. Put some on both sides. I double bag these things too, by the way. So they should be golden and toasty. Let's see, these are the meat pie. Probably should get the pasta going here soon. And I will. Let's see, what's it say? Add 300 mils of boiling water to the meal. Stir and zip seal. After 5 minutes, stir again and then seal. Let the meal stand for 5 minutes. Why is this stupid baggie not sealing back? Dang it. There we go. Alright, I got it. I got it. Alright, so we got our meat pie ones. Get some Vegemite. Should be able to tell the difference from the look, I think. If I can get them back in this bag. Okay. Slipped right out of my hand. Alright. There we go. You gotta have something Vegemite flavored if you're gonna be doing Australian food, right? These boxes are pretty warped up. Alright. So the rice pudding. Let's go see what Dan said about the rice pudding, if he said anything. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, LC. You did not have to do that. Oh, yeah, the audio. That was definitely my fault. Okay. He might have texted me about the rice pudding. Let me check. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do. It's probably best eaten cold, I would think. Probably straight out of the pack. I mean, I think we get rice pudding out of the refrigerator at the store, probably. Let me go throw this in the freezer. I think it's supposed to be cold. Yeah. Special circumstances for that they would eat with something else. Actually, putting it outside would make it colder. Yeah, leave it outside. Guaranteed. Freezing. Ain't no good. Too late. Come on, Goose. Come on, Lucy. Hurry. How's it doing out there? Huh. That's what I thought. So it is supposed to be cold typically, but some people prefer it warm. All right, we'll get on the Milo here in a second. You know, with a nice clean palate before I've tried anything, I think I want to try this drink. This black currant from Pure Tassie. It did kind of, I don't know, the bottle got sucked in when I put it in the fridge like that. I don't know why. Maybe they changed from Australia to here because it was shipped here. Best Buy, 11/29/23. You know, we don't pay attention to Best Buy dates here very well. All right, here we go. The bottle just went, oh, it's got a seal on it. Yeah, we don't typically do that. Very many things here. All right, let me see if I can smell it. Because I did take some nasal spray. Every time I stand over here, this happens. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah. Wow. What the heck? Oh. All right, so it actually smells very similar to what a grape drink would smell like here. It smells a lot like grape. Like actual grape juice is what it smells like. All right, let's give it a try. Down the hatch. See, I've always heard people say that black currant was similar to grape, and I'm like, no. All the candy and stuff, it just doesn't taste like grape to me. But it kind of does taste like natural grape, and this does have a similarity to it. It's sweet. It tastes very natural. I don't taste any like weird additives or anything like that that are throwing me off. It's very refreshing. Very similar to grape. I don't know. I don't know how else to describe it. Fruity. I mean, it does have. It's unique to currant, and we don't have that here. We just don't have black currant flavored things in America. But most black currant things that I've had before, I don't think I've had black currant drinks that I can think of, not off the top of my head, but like the candies and other things, like I don't know what all I've had that have been black currant flavored, but they didn't taste like this. I don't know. There's a difference, you know? Just like grape candy here doesn't taste like grape either. I guess black currant stuff doesn't really give you an accurate flavor profile of what black currant really is. That's actually really good. I like that. It's certainly not overly sweet, but it is sweet. And it does kind of have like almost like a dryness to it, like grape does, like almost like tannins. So yeah. 300 mils. All right, let me go get some water. And I don't think I want to add all the water. Here, let's take a look at it first. There we go. What'd you get, spicy tuna rolls? Oh, really? Wait. Buy some Fisherman's Friend lozenges. Tastes like poop, but works like gold. Oh, you got a sore throat with a cough now? That sucks. Anytime you get sick, that sucks. But LC with the headache. Whoa. I didn't expect it to look like that. I gotta try one of them noodles. Dry. Mmm. That's very nicely freeze-dried. I would have expected those to have been hard, but they're not. Usually the noodles that I've tried dry out of American pasta dishes, whether it be spaghetti or penne or fettuccine, anything like that. Usually it's like hard and crunchy. That's not. That's soft and airy. Huh. All right, I gotta try a piece of the burger too. Yeah. That's crunchy. I don't taste much of the sauce yet, but let's get some water and add to it. Be right back. Okay, so 300 mils seems like way too much water already. I can just, seems like way too much water to add to this, but maybe not. All right, here we go. I don't think it's going to take all that long. I don't think 5 minutes is really going to be needed. I am going to save a little bit of the water just to help heat it back up if need be. Oh, no way. Is it leaking? Did I miss the container? Huh. Here, I got a napkin right here, a Canadian one. I'll use it. I didn't think I missed, but I guess I did. I don't think it's leaking. I do see it's wet on the outside right here, so apparently I did miss. All right. Hopefully that'll help. I'm gonna just give it a shake. It doesn't need stirred. It's got plenty of water in it. It's really hot. Now, it might need the rest of that water. We'll see. I'm gonna set it off to the side right there. We'll get some Anzac biscuits out. Thought that lid was attached. My bad. This is the bag that split open. I've shared these with quite a few people. and I kind of rationed them out. Dan sent me another 10 of these years ago, and I rationed on those ones for years. I got the 10 somewhere here, close. Well, I'll get it out here in a little bit. All right, let's do the Milo. We will use our clear cup, even though I probably should use the Tim Tam cup because it is Australian. Yeah, we'll use it. We'll use it. Makes more sense in this situation. And I will use my Australian shovel. Oh. Whoop. Okay. Now, we're not going to get technical and like measuring and trying to get anything right. We're just going to do the hefty scoops like Dan said. There's a big old hefty scoop. Another big old hefty scoop. And another not so hefty scoop. That should probably be enough. And then I will get some sugar, as he suggested. Because I do remember the last time I had this, it not being sweet, which I thought was weird. All right. Let me go grab some sugar. Yeah. My sugar has gotten solid because I never use it. Good enough. Should be. Yeah, I literally never use this sugar, hardly. That should be plenty of sugar. And that was creamer. I'm an idiot. Yep. That's right. I can't believe I just did that. I didn't even look at it. I thought I got it from the right place, but I did not. All right. We're going with some creamer added to it. I can't take it out now. Some creamer and some sugar. And then I'm going to go put some hot water in it. All right. Wow. I can't believe I did that. All right. Hot water. Be right back. Have to get some more hot water because it's kind of the level keeps dropping as it dissolves. All right, there we go. Yeah, I didn't leave much room for milk, but I did put creamer in it too, so I guess it's not really necessary. Because it's got 30% less sugar. I think they need to add that 30% sugar back in there. I guess it gives the people that don't want it the option, and you can just add it, but it's better, to, in my opinion, to just have it. Okay, make your perfect cup of Milo. 3 heaping teaspoons to 200 milliliters of cold or hot water, not boiling, and some skim milk. All right, stir and enjoy. That's pretty much what we got here. Not skim, but creamer. All right. I'm going to be honest, I don't think I added enough sugar. I'm going to add some more while it's hot. That should be good, but we shall see. Probably doesn't need stirred, but yeah. Yeah, no, I'll feel a little bit on the bottom. All right. Set that right there. Okay, the rice pudding is outside. I don't know if it's been 5 minutes, but probably close. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, it could probably use a little bit more water. That's all I'm going to give it. Give it a good shake. I can already tell by looking at this, compared to our like bolognese sauce and typical red sauce that we would have in spaghetti or lasagna or something along those lines. This looks way more natural. It looks right. Whereas ours would be probably color additives to keep it more red, or some other preservative keeping it way more red. Now, I didn't quite add the entire amount of water that this suggested, but I'm pretty close to the 300 mils, and I think it's ready. I think it's ready to go. Now, I'll go get that rice pudding here in a minute. Clean up my tray spot here. Sorry for not looking down at the chat. I am trying to look down at the chat. Somewhat pay attention here. All right. There we go. I did destroy some of the noodles that time, sloshing it around, I think. Holy wow, that's a lot of food. Where's my spoon? Oh, I'll put it in my pocket. The look of that kind of reminds me of like Hamburger Helper here in the United States. All right, Camper's Pantry. Camper's Pantry penne bolognese, cooked and freeze-dried. Thick and rich tomato bolognese sauce with succulent Australian meat and penne pasta. Beef. LC Smokey. Molly wishes to know if the general is still around. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's just, yeah. Here. He's right here. Oh, dang it. He's right here. He's never too far away. And very soon, he's going to be proudly displayed in the studio. I cannot wait until I have my own creative space. Golly, it's going to be nice. All right, let's eat some bolognese while it's still hot. Hang on, what do I have up here? Do I have salt? I do. Okay. Yep, I do. All right. What's the sodium level like in this? Oh, it's not on there. It's going to be on here. 27.5 grams of sodium. Average quantity per 100 grams. This is 100 grams. Okay. Or is it 4 times that after the water's added? I don't know. But 27.5 grams is not much. All right. Get a big old spoonful here. Penne bolognese from Tasmania with Tasmanian beef or Australian beef. All right, here we go. Down the hatch. That tastes healthy. It doesn't taste anything like what I thought it was going to. The tomato is very light. The tomato sauce is very light. The beef is the predominant flavor here. The noodles kind of seem like just added for nutrition and you know, sustenance. But it's very heavy on the beef, and the beef is spectacular. Great texture, great flavor. Really nice flavor beef here. I do feel like it's lacking a little bit on seasoning. What's up, Greg? It's actually fantastic. It feels like a home-cooked meal. It really does. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to it, though. I do feel like it's... Oop, that's a little more than I wanted. All right, I'm just going to do this, and then I'll mix it in. Yeah, the tomato sauce is very light. But like I said, everything tastes very natural and doesn't taste like preservatives, chemicals. I taste that so much now. It's just in everything that we have food-wise over here. And it's getting to me. I can't stand it. I'm ready to go somewhere else just to get away from it. All right, big bite with some salt. That was an improvement. Immediately. It really needed that. I changed the whole flavor profile of the sauce and the beef. Really brought out a more savory flavor out of that beef. That's really good. I got to try some of this powdered hot sauce on it too. Not too much. This powdered hot sauce is pretty fire, though. I gotta say, it's one thing that the United States military. I guess I shouldn't say that, but it's one thing that Natick has gotten right as of recent is this powdered hot sauce. It's good stuff. As far as the sauce, like, it reminds me more of like a beef sauce dish than it does a tomato sauce dish. I'm gonna try it with one of these crackers. Meat pie cracker. A lot of flavor on that cracker. A lot. That's all I can taste. So the meat pie has got a lot of like spices, like oregano and probably some thyme and garlic. It just overtook the entire dish. Try a Vegemite one with a bite. Right. Now that's a nice addition. A little bit salty. It's got that typical Vegemite flavor. Kind of yeasty. But it blended way better than the other. These are good. The meat pie flavoring on there, these are really good. They'd be good with like a chicken noodle soup. Yeah, I feel like those two flavors would mix better than with this. Get another big old bite here. The one thing, I kind of wish they would have left the noodles a little more al dente before they freeze dried them. That's one thing I'll say Mountain House gets right, is typically the noodles. I mean, even back in the day, just the other day, I think 2 days ago, I had some leftover chicken a la king out of a 98, and I ate it. And the noodles, you can't, like, I can't even cook something to match that. It's, I don't know, that vintage noodle and the texture. And yeah, these noodles have become, they're quite mushy, but the flavor is good. Yeah, that headache is definitely a rough thing. Definitely. All right, let me wash that down here. Yeah, that is really refreshing. Feels like it's got, I was even about ready to say that it feels like it's got a lot of vitamin C in it, but yep, it's rich in vitamin C. You can taste it. You can taste that it's rich in vitamin C. Cool. All right, one more bite, and then I'll lay off of it. I don't want you guys to just have to listen to me and watch me eat a bowl of, huge bowl. pen ain't bowling gaze. Okay. Next, let me go get the coconut rice pudding. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Out. Out, out, out. Both of them. Go. Excuse me. Ever let Greg guy in here in a minute? Alright, this is nice and cold. Real cold, actually. Almost frozen. It's really cold outside. Really cold. What's this package say? Gourmet meals for the outdoors. Heating instruction. Place the sealed pouch in boiling water for 3 to 5 minutes, or empty the pouch into a pan and heat thoroughly. Do not microwave this pouch. Store in a cool, dry place. Refrigerate once opened, up to 3 days. Best by dates 2028, or February 12th, 2028. I think that's right. Is that how you guys do your dates? It is, isn't it? Is that February 12th? Is that December? See here, that would be December 2nd, 2028. There's your nutritional information if anybody's curious. And this is this an 8 ounce? Yep, 200 gram pouch. All right. Thought I got that open, but I guess not. Yeah, I did. Kinda. All right. Whoa. 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 Not what I expected it to look like. And I guess, according to the pouch, it's supposed to be heated. But I'm pretty sure most people eat this cold. Am I wrong? Should I heat some of this up? Maybe I will heat some of this up. It's very, very sticky as it is. Look at that. It's sticky and I would say gelatinous. But we're going to try it cold. Just get us a spoonful here. All right. Coconut rice pudding from Australia. On the track meals. That tastes a lot like coconut oil. Ah, the heating instructions are probably standard on the pouch. You might be right. You might be right. Although, I don't know. Seems like it would have been simple to leave out on a intended cold dish, but the flavor is exactly like what you'd think it would be. Tastes like fresh raw coconut. As far as the rice goes, I don't really taste it much. which I don't think you're really supposed to. It's almost got like a... I mean, I can taste the dairy to it, but it's almost got like this slightly herbal hint to it. Almost like a very slight hint of sage or something. What's it say in this? A delicious alternative to your breakfast routine or as a comforting dessert. We're having it as a dessert. Ingredients: cooked rice, coconut cream, fresh coconut extract, water, xanthan gum, guar gum, sugar, canola oil, salt, and nutmeg. Must be nutmeg that I'm tasting. Huh. It's halal suitable, vegan suitable, and gluten free. Look at that. Hitting all the markers. Making sure anybody can eat that. Probably not my favorite, to be honest. I didn't really look at that picture. It's got... What are they putting on that? Is that cinnamon? What is that? Thai coconut rice pudding is served warm or cold. Aha. Well, I mean, I think most people would typically eat it cold, but I could also see it being, enjoyed hot. And maybe hot, it might get creamy, I don't know. Like the coconut oil in it might melt and it might become... You know what? I'm just going to go throw that in the microwave. I'm going to put this in a glass, though. I'm not going to leave it in this bowl because I have microwaved these bowls before. Bad things happen. I've ruined food because whatever leaches out of these bowls tastes awful. And I probably shouldn't have ate it, but I did. I took a bite or two and I was like, that does not taste right. But let me go throw this in a glass. I'll put it in a ramekin and I'll heat it up. Transferred over to this little dish. All right, let me go, what do you think, 30 seconds? Probably. Wait, what are we making, smoothies? Freshly made warm rice pudding is delicious, especially with a shake of cinnamon on it. Huh. Well, I've never been a rice pudding guy, I guess. I've never really ate it. But the nutmeg is very predominant flavor in this. Even though it was the last ingredient on there, like that is the first thing that I taste on my palate. And then I get like the creamy and the coconut. Seconds was too long. Woo. Popping crack. 30 seconds was too long, I think. Listen to this. Huh. It did moisten up some. I'm going to have to let that set for a minute, though. Because it is too hot for my likings right now. But look, it ain't sticking to the spoon no more either. That coconut oil in there. Yep. All right. Milo with some sugar and some cream. I'm going to give this a sip. That tastes like if you were to try to melt down the milk chocolate off the outside of a candy bar, just like trying to melt off a bunch of the outside of this candy like that, or like the outside of a Snickers bar and a Twix bar, if you took all that, that's what that tastes like. It's very milk chocolate flavor. I think I put too much sugar in it. Diluted a little bit. See if that helped it. Yeah, that's better. I might have just mixed it too. I definitely put too much sugar in it, which I didn't think was possible, but I did. All right, Anzac biscuit. Cross section. Yeah, there's coconut or something in there, ain't there? Looks like coconut. Yeah. Did I miss a super chat? Let me go back. Here, I think I can check. Super chats. We got the one from LC. Oh, we got one from Dan. Much love to you, LC. Hope you find some relief. And Smokey, yes, heat the rice pudding. Oh, cool. All right. That was the super chat that I missed. My bad. Where's live chat at? Right there. All right. Looks like a macaroon, kind of. It smells like a very well toasted oatmeal cookie. But there's more to it than that. I don't know. It's more of a complex scent. I think I can smell the coconut. Wait, let me just try it on its own. Crunchy, and then it's got like a chewiness to it. Dan said dipping them in this would be good, though. Disgusting as a fish nugget. All right, let's see. With the Milo. You pronounce it Milo or Milo? Didn't really pick up much flavor from it. Softened it up a bit, which is nice. Yeah. Not bad. I think that's the way to go there. How did I manage to do that? What the heck? I don't know how I did that. Maybe with the spoon? All right, warm rice pudding before it gets too cool. This thing is hot on the bottom. Wow. The rice pudding absorbed that heat for sure. All right, here we go. Warm coconut rice pudding. Huh. That is I could see some people really liking that. It just doesn't agree with my palate very well. I don't know why. Like, the nutmeg is like the only thing that I can taste almost. No. That is by far the predominant flavor on my, like, it's just sticking to my tongue. Huh. Yeah. I want another one of these. Dip it. Doesn't do very well at absorbing the, I guess we're going to call it chocolate milk, or Milo or Milo. I don't know if it's Milo or Milo. Probably Milo. I set the sugar right there thinking I might need more sugar. I was wrong. I'm going to have to try these with some milk. I've never eaten with any milk before. Camp in the cold and warm rice pudding will hit the spot. It does seem like it's very fatty with like the oil, the coconut oil. That it would have like a probably a pretty nice recharging effect during the extreme cold. I could see the rice pudding, coconut rice pudding hitting the spot. But yeah, I could see that, especially if I was like really, I'd have to be really, really hungry myself because number one, the texture is like not my type of texture. And then number two, that the way that nutmeg is hitting me. But if I was really cold, this heated up would probably, I would probably enjoy it that way. So you're probably right. I could see that. I'm going for this next because these are kind of like fruity. And if you've never had one, I wish I could share one with you because they're very interesting. It's like a chocolate, or it's a fruity chocolate covered, I don't know. They're pretty weird, but I do like them. And look at this little caramel colored wallaby waving at you. I happen to really like these. Reminds me of my childhood. We used to have something that tasted just like that. What was it? When I was a kid, we used to have something that was virtually identical to the flavor. Now I'm going to rack my brain until I think of it. Dang it. It's like slightly overcooked white chocolate. What's it say on the front? A golden blend of caramelized white chocolate. Every time you hear somebody bring up rice pudding, it makes you think of the Seventh Doctor mocking Davros in the remembrance of Daleks. I have no idea what that is. Oh, Dan, you're not a big fan of rice pudding either? Yeah, it's not even the gelatinous aspect, which obviously that's a little bit of a factor because I'm not a huge fan. I like pudding. Can't do pudding. Like standard pudding cup type pudding. I can eat it, but I have to just like put the back of the spoon in it and then just like lick the thin layer off the back of the spoon. That's how I have to eat pudding. Jello, you know, things like that with the wiggly type texture, and that's what that kind of is. But it's that spice in there, that nutmeg. It has to be that nutmeg, because I can't think of what else it would be. That it's I must not like nutmeg that well. That must be what it is ultimately. Hey, it's a pink one. You never know what color you're going to get. I mean, you can just throw them in your mouth and find out. I like to break them and find out. And they got this really unique, like, compressed powder type texture. It's like they took this powder and compressed it into an egg shape. And the way it chews, I don't know. It's chewy-ish, like hard but chewy. I don't know. It's weird. Oh, dang it! I got two pink ones. I don't think the odds of that happening are very high. Grabbing two and they were both pink. I wish I could remember what this tastes like. Let me go see if Amber will try it. Amber. Amber. You eating already? All right. Well, I asked her to try it after she got done eating. We'll see. Got these caramels with the little the stories on them, and they discontinued this company, if I'm not mistaken. These fantails. On paper, recycle me. But it seems like after Dan sent these to me, I looked into them and like they were shutting the company down or something. Huh. Born in Kentucky in 1961. So there's like a story of people that like write in or something. I don't understand. It's kind of an interesting concept, though. I like it. I like the idea that some stranger will get to know a short snippet of your life story on a piece of candy if they care enough to take the time to read it. Let's read this guy's from Kentucky. Little bonbon. These things are really, 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 really chewy. Oh, it's celebrity trivia. Oh. Okay. Well, let's just do the trivia and see if we can guess who it is. Born in Kentucky in 1963, he became a teen idol after appearing in 21 Jump Street in 1987. He has collaborated with director and close friend Tim Burton in 7 films. I bet you guys can already guess. I already know who it is. Beginning with his breakout role in Edward Scissorhands in 1990. He has also played several iconic characters such as Roll Duke in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, John Dillinger in Public Enemies, 2009, and Alice in Wonderland's Mad Hatter in 2010. And, of course, Jack Sparrow in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise starting in 2006, as well as Tonto in 2013 in The Lone Ranger. We all know who that is. I'm sure everybody knows who that is. Of course, it's Johnny Depp, which he I think these came out before he had his infamous trial. Amber Heard. She's a nutcase. I don't care what anybody says. That woman was crazy. So, can anybody fill me in? I saw a couple things today, very recently, like the last few hours. Yeah, I agree, Sparrow. Yeah, yep. She's something else. What's going on with Taylor Swift? So I've never seen it. I don't know if maybe I have seen some of her movies. I just didn't realize that it was her or whatever. Do I have any Australian smokes? I don't think. Wait. I do. Because I remember Dan sent me the receipt for them. Is this them? Oh, that is just madness. Whew. These are Australian. What do I have left? Oh, I've only got 2 left. I gotta smoke one of the 2. I got to. These are years old now, by the way. These are, if I was to guess it, I've had these at least, 7 years, Dan? Probably. Winfield Classic Blue, yep. Wind Blues. Winfields. It says VP 250 on the paper. Man, I hate to smoke the next to the last one. But yeah, I know. You did try to send me more. But what better time other than Aussie night to have next to the last one? It's time. Tonight's the night. Yeah, I got a nice little letter in the mail after that from the federal government as well. I guess they could kind of try to come and arrest me for importing 2 packs of cigarettes or 1 or whatever you was trying to send. I suppose. It better make all kinds of news channels if they ever do something like that to me. You guys better make it famous. I don't think it ever happened, but you never know. In today's world, you never know. I don't remember them being this strong. Smooth. Little harshness on the back end of it. Kind of like at the end of the inhale there. You get just a little touch of harshness. It might not. It may have dried out some. Yeah, more dry, more strong. Exactly. Although with tobacco, decent tobacco, even if it is dried out like that, whenever you smoke it, like the tar from it filters down through the rest of the tobacco and kind of moistens it back up because it just kind of absorbs right into it. But yeah, because that hit it didn't have that back end harshness. Dan just sent a text. Let me check. I did not know that Monday is Australian national holiday. It's a coincidence. I had no clue. It's a holiday here on Monday, or the equivalent of Columbus Day. Oh, I'll be daggone. Would be a warm valley rich dessert for winter. Proper stick to your ribs. Yeah, definitely. People would think of it when you need calories to stay warm. Yeah, I could see that being a cold weather type of dish, dessert or breakfast. I couldn't see eating that for breakfast myself, but I mean, Americans eat some really awful, awful stuff for breakfast. Man, look how gray I've let my beard get. Wow. This camera makes it look way worse than what it actually is, but it just really emphasizes the gray. I am fully gray up under here, but I'm not going to let it go gray until it'll all go gray. When it all goes gray and white, I will Santa Claus it up. I might even go to take that Santa Claus course and play Santa every year. Maybe. If I stick around in the United States, that is. Oh, the equivalent of Columbus Day and 4th of July. I mean, the 4th of July is a huge holiday here in the United States. You probably don't quite get the gravity of how we go off for the 4th of July here, but that's like, that may be the party holiday. I mean, Labor Day gets some pretty decent partying going on, but 4th of July, middle of summer, it's typically warm everywhere. There's a lot of drinking, a lot of stuff blowing up, a lot of people shooting guns up in the air like fools. You don't fire guns into the air. I don't care where you're at. I think that's a stupid move because it's got to come down somewhere, and you never know. This has an aged flavor to it, believe it or not. Yeah, Greg, you agree with the whole indiscriminately firing into the air. Like, they got to come down somewhere, and you just never know, you know? You just don't know. I maybe 20 years ago, whenever I was really young and dumb, I might have thought that was okay, but I grew out of that pretty quick. Like, I knew better. Yeah, it's really kind of a one of the dumber things that you can do. Now, even if you're out in the middle of nowhere, you never know, man. Like, it could be one of those freak things where there just happened to be a person on the other end of where that thing lands. I've never seen the science or footage or the breakdown of what that, like the terminal velocity of that bullet when it comes back down. How much damage can it do? Or, you know, what, because with the shape of it, it's going to keep its shape unless it hits something. So, it's going to be quite aerodynamic. So, I figure it could do, yeah, it could do some damage, especially depending on what kind of round, how heavy the round is. A 22 round, you know, I would say, you might, I don't feel like that would be, maybe that wouldn't be too awful bad, but I don't know. I really don't know. So the unknown to me is enough to not do it. It has, 22s have. I guess if it landed like right on top of somebody or something like that, I guess, you know. Let's see. I would say, let me see if I can Google this. Maybe some sort of answer real quick as to what's the terminal velocity 32. Let's just see. $150 to 200 miles per hour is what the first answer that pops up is. Yeah, that had like a aged tobacco flavor to it. I don't know how old these are. Like I can't remember how old or how long I've had them, but it's been a while. It's been a while. Wait a minute. Claimed a bullet falling from the claimed 9,000 feet would be traveling at 537 feet per second at the ground. That'd be 97 foot-pounds of energy for a 150 grain bullet. .45 grain, 22 round, optional, not tumbling. Terminal velocity carries about 600 joules, relative to about 2,300 joules at the muzzle. I'm going to say that's the J, I assume standing for joules, is very similar to its feet per second, because I think most 22 rounds are right around 22 to 2,400 feet per second. So 600 feet, that's still do some damage. They did do an episode on it. Oh, I gotta look this up now. I gotta look it up. How dangerous are stray 22 bullets? It's known as terminal velocity. Most bullets into 30 caliber size will only fall around 95 to 100 feet per second. Okay, this is going to give an explanation of how much damage that can do. Anyway, I got off on a tangent. 4th of July. That's like the biggest party holiday here. So, what is Monday for you guys? What's the holiday? Did you tell me what the holiday was? Oh, it's Australia Day. Oh, it's your party day. It's middle of summer over there. So, yeah, barbecues, drinks, beach, boats, etc. It celebrates us becoming a country, and it's on a day that Australia was discovered by Europeans. That last bit is why we get some pushback. But is becoming a country. I think, but it's becoming a country was done by paper and agreement, not war. We don't celebrate anything quite like Americans celebrate 4th of July. Yeah, well, yeah, we're I can't think of any. Well, New Year's. New Year's is different though because it's cold. It's cold in a lot of America, and I don't know. There's a lot of drinking that happens on New Year's, but the outlandish partying and blowing stuff up and the fireworks and all that, that's unique to the 4th of July. That's the time that all that happens. Wait, what'd you say? And it's on a day that is. I think I corrected it properly, right? It celebrates us becoming a country, and it's on a day that Australia was discovered by Europeans. That last little bit is why we get some pushback. But us becoming a country was done by paper and agreement, not war. We don't celebrate anything quite like Americans celebrate 4th of July. Got it. Okay, yeah, I think I corrected it properly. No one shoots fireworks more than us Southern Californians. I don't know if I'd make that claim. That's a pretty bold claim. I'd say there's a lot of people that go all out on the whole fireworks thing. And California being as dry as it is, that's some pretty risky movements for California. I mean, I've seen like people, I don't know if they're Southern California, but I've seen people that make their own fireworks. They probably got their own fireworks company, and I've seen some pretty well, they also do displays for people, and to be fair, I've also saw some pretty wild fireworks displays in other countries, China especially. China's really well, didn't they claim they invented gunpowder, right? So I know they're big on their fireworks over there, and I've saw some pretty wild videos. And I just saw one from Dubai. Well, I think it was actually 2022 or 2023 that was circulating. Everybody was acting like it was this year's New Year's celebration for 2026, but it was actually like 3 or 4 years old. And because there was a supposed UFO or something that flew behind it, but I'm talking about the fireworks that they had on the Burj Khalifa, and that was a pretty massive fireworks show in itself. Where is the largest fireworks display? That probably China. Let's just Google it and find out. Let's see what Google has to say. Now, you can't always believe Google, but I'm going to say that they're probably going to be right about this one. Who has the largest fireworks displays? Top 10 fireworks displays. No, not in the United States. In the world. Here, hang on. Displays in the world. The Burj Khalifa in Dubai. The world's largest New Year's Eve celebration, fireworks celebration, happens in the Burj Khalifa. I didn't ask about New Year's. I said period. If you're looking for the biggest and the best fireworks displays, you can't go past Dubai's New Year's Eve celebration. Weirdly enough, I just started talking about that. It must have heard me, right? Largest fireworks display, Guinness World Record. The largest fireworks display was consists of 810,904 fireworks and was achieved by the Church of Christ in the Philippines at a countdown to 2016. Never would have guessed that. Never would have guessed that. Okay, that's who holds the Guinness World Record. They hired Chinese people to do it. Yeah. I never would have guessed that the Philippines was going to be the Guinness World Record for the largest fireworks display. I mean, they had 810,904 fireworks. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this, but it says Iglesia, I think, Iglesia de Cristo, and then it has in parentheses Church of Christ, Philippines, at the countdown to 2016. Largest fireworks displays in history, 2008 Dubai, Atlantis Palm Hotel fireworks show. This show is still arguably the world's largest fireworks show ever conducted. Well, this is old news because this was in 2011 that the article was written, and the Philippines display happened long after that. So yeah, throwback to 2020. But yeah, anyway, that was a interesting little dive down a rabbit hole. Let's see what the weather's looking like out here now. We got a dusting so far. Mexico City fireworks disaster. Oh, you know what? I've seen that video, I think. Well, if it's the one I'm thinking of. Fireworks are no joke. Like, a lot of people don't treat them as seriously as they should, in my opinion. I get that they're fun and all that, but man, a pretty small mistake could end up having life-ending or very life-changing consequences. Happened about 10 years ago, so around 2016. All right, let's look at this up. What was it, Mexico City? Fireworks disaster. Okay, Mexico City. Fireworks. That was way down there on the search results. A single crate of fireworks initially exploded, which triggered a chain reaction of more exploding fireworks crates. The fireworks immediately sparked a fire that spread to several nearby buildings containing shops and apartments, as well as 300 stalls in the marketplace. 2016 San Pablito Market fireplace explosion. The craziest explosion video that I've seen that I can think of, outside of like the old films of the atomic bombs and stuff, I think it was a like a fertilizer plant or something. You guys remember those like wedding videos from like I'm gonna say 5-6 years ago, probably like 19, maybe 18, 2018, 19, maybe 2020. Oh yeah, dude. AI is ruining our perception of reality. It's ruining online content. I think there is a place for AI, but I think that AI, if something is created with AI, there should be a law, and if you break this law by creating some malicious video, it should be enforced dramatically. AI is a problem, and I talk to people about this somewhat regularly. Elon, if you think back when he was on Rogan, maybe the first time or second time, and Joe asked him like what his biggest fear was, and he flat out said AI. And it got all kind of quiet. He got all serious for a minute. He's like, yeah. And it seems to me, no one took his warnings as seriously as they should have. And then, at some point, he decided, you know what? Screw it. If I can't beat him, I'll just join him. And he created his own AI, obviously, and he's going to make that buck from it. Here we are. We are not a decade away. We are years away from AI taking over most of the work environment. I fully see that coming soon. We're building data centers that don't need to exist, period. I don't know if I told you guys this story, but where I'm building this apartment and the studio up here, I went to pick up a kitchen, an entire kitchen of kitchen cabinets is what I mean. Not a kitchen, but a kitchen's worth of kitchen cabinets, like 22 cabinets. Really nice, out of a multi-million dollar home, $2 million home. Anyway, the guy gives me his address, and I went up there, rented a U-Haul, and went to go pick these up. This has been recent. This is about a month ago. And I had no idea what I was getting ready to drive into. And I drive into this construction zone, and it just goes on and on and on. And one of these centers, at least the shell of it, I mean, there was some of them that they were starting, it was parking lot lights, running conduit underground. Like, some of it was in the very early stages of construction and doing concrete work and stuff. But one of them was built, the building. I've never seen a building like this. I couldn't see the end of it. Massive. Massive. We have a $3.3 billion steel building going in right down the road from me here. And it's humongous. This, that they don't even compare. You could put, gosh, if I was to guess, 10 or 15 of these buildings down here inside that one that I saw up there. There's no water up there. First of all, these data centers require a ton of water and a ton of electricity. What are we doing? The data centers that they're putting in up there, I know there's already one built. The other one was pretty close. There was two more. Again, They bought up all the farmland. They bought up multi-million-dollar homes, and they just turned it all into dirt. If it wasn't dirt already, now it is. They have no water supply up there. There's no way we're producing enough electricity for these things. Those 4 data centers are going to require 3 times the power of what the entire city and suburbs of Columbus are using now. So the power supply is going to have to quadruple or more to be able to supply these data centers. Explain to me how that's going to happen. We're already struggling with the infrastructure that we have right now being overloaded. I know firsthand because I've worked in and out of power plants for the last 20, well, I guess I've been out of the workforce for a while, but I just count the last time. Going on, well, closer to 3 decades than 2. So 26 years, 27 years. I watched Obama wreck the power plant industry and the coal mining industry right here in West Virginia. I watched him just absolutely demolish it. Instead of us getting coal from literally directly across the street from the coal mines that are still there right now, that are not open, instead of us getting and using that coal that's right there, we were shipping coal in from China. I'm not joking. To here in West Virginia, we were shipping coal in from China. I worked in the most efficient power plant in the United States. It made more kilowatt hours per pound of coal than any other power plant in the United States. Maybe the world. I don't know. Definitely in the United States. Obama had that shut down. Well, Obama's rules, they decided it wasn't worth building the scrubbers versus what the output was. They shut it down. It was shut down for probably close to 15 years, at least 10. And yeah, probably close to 10, actually. Probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago, they sold it to China. They came in here, they took it apart piece by piece. It was built in the 30s, late 30s, early 40s. They took it apart piece by piece, put it on a barge, and shipped it to China. The aluminum plant that I used to work in had, there was 82 pots per half line. So there was 164 pots per line. There was 4 lines. So whatever 164 times 4 is, this would be like 600 and, I don't know, 600 and something. Well, they kept acting like they were going to reopen it. This happened in 2008 with the economy crash. There were 687 of us hit the unemployment line at the same time. Well, anyway, they kept acting like they were going to reopen it for a long time, and then it never happened. Well, guess where all those, instead, they didn't demolish them or anything. Like, China bought the aluminum plant, came in, took it all apart, loaded it up on barges, and shipped it to China. Certainly that was cheaper than rebuilding that, because you couldn't, well, they probably got it for next to nothing too. But you couldn't, because who was going to use it? Who was going to do something with it? What's weird is there's still an aluminum plant there. They just don't create aluminum from scratch. They ship aluminum in and then put it on the stretcher, which is supposed to be one of only 2 in the world that can do it. Whenever I worked up there, we had a contract with NASA, and we had a contract with Boeing. I can't remember. I think the Boeing contract was in the billions, and the NASA contract was in the millions, because we made the purest aluminum in the world. And I'm sure you can Google this. At the time, I call it, when I worked there, it was Ravenswood Aluminum. But the other side's called Pechenay now. Anyway, we with those machines, or those pots that we had up there, we could create the purest aluminum maybe, I guess maybe in the country, but maybe the world. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird what's happened. Thinking back about all these things and seeing where everything ended up. It's weird. Yeah, you can. I'm a conspiracy theorist, I guess, at this point. I'm not quite black pilled, but I'm quite red pilled, if you know what that means. When it comes to day to day life, the media, the government, and I think collectively as a whole, just like an overall aspect of looking at it, they're out to get us. Like this, maybe not to you individually, but yeah, kind of you individually. It's and maybe not that individual guy that works at the news, but he just goes along with everything, like just like all the rest of them. And it's like they people say, well, how could the 9/11 been an inside job? Look, most people don't want to tell a secret if they have it. If they have a secret, they don't want it. Most people, not all, but most. And there have been people that have blown the whistle, whatever. There's plenty of evidence to the contrary that it definitely was. If you're a theorist, I'm an archive. See, I don't think yet. So, being a conspiracy theorist, they always want to act like you don't know what you're talking about and you're wrong. Well, usually I'm only wrong or don't know what I'm talking about for a month or two. Usually, maybe 3 months, and then what I was saying the whole time will officially become the story. Not always, but most of the time, depending on how big the event was. But we still have things that happened here in the United States, like 2017, the Vegas shooting, that just got memory hold. Like, people don't talk about it, and it bothers me. I'll bet you I've spent hundreds of hours researching everything that happened, watching videos, talking to people online. There was a significance to that we don't yet understand. I don't know exactly what it is. I haven't put together in my mind what the purpose of that was. I have my theories on what I think happened that day as well. I have a couple different theories, and I don't know which one's right, but I have my theories. And there was so much that they didn't tell people, that alternative news outlets and locals and not locals, people that just went to look into it, that most of it's gone. You might be able to find it on the Wayback Machine, maybe, but I can't even remember. Like, most of the people that were covering that, this is when a big purge happened on YouTube of alternative media people, because they were looking into this hardcore, covering it, and YouTube deleted them. Most of them. I would say, we're going to say 49 out of 50. And maybe one still around, and I don't trust him at all, really. And I think his whole approach has been kind of odd. And even whenever they were getting rid of everybody else, and he stayed around, I don't know. It was weird how that everything played out. There's been a lot of things, and most recently the whole Charlie Kirk thing. Like, if you guys have followed that at all, there's some weird stuff going on there. Undeniably weird. And Candace Owens has been on it, and everybody kind of started attacking her. I think the ones that are attacking her are probably in the wrong. I think they need to give her a chance to at least not attack her. But the thing is, like, when she's wrong, she'll admit she's wrong if she's provably wrong. So, well, she is crazy. Maybe, maybe. I mean, I don't think so, but maybe. No, I've seen her admit when she's been wrong. I have. You think so? Uh, I don't know. Yeah, I will say. I will say this. The last few times that I've tried to like sit down and watch through some of the stuff that she's been talking about, I just couldn't do it. I was like, man, it just, maybe it just couldn't hold my interest, or it's stuff that I was like, what's the significance here? Why are we talking about this? Why is this? Maybe I just don't get the big picture yet. Maybe she's got a big picture that we're not getting it. Maybe that's why there's context missing or something. I don't know. I don't think she's fully lost it though. Um, I guess what will be the determining factor, I think will kind of give us some confirmation one way or the other, is how the Macron thing plays out. I'm interested to find out how that plays out. When she seems pretty confident in something that she knows that we don't, so maybe she's right. I don't know. Maybe she's not. Regardless whether she's right or wrong, how that whole thing started out over there is really messed up. See, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that she's been lying specifically about Charlie, but about maybe some. I don't know that she's been lying about it. Maybe she's misinformed. I don't know. I really don't know. That's where I would say, and I would much prefer someone like her. If you don't know, just say I don't know. Like I'm not sure. And instead of making a whole topic out of something that you don't know about, leave it alone until you do know about it. That's my big thing. Like with some of these people that are trying to capture the social media moment, or keep a social media moment going longer than it would have. They seem to push topics or push agendas or events or non-events that they don't really know anything about. That's where I get into a problem. Um, if you don't have some sort of evidence or something to back it up, what are you doing talking about it? You know? Who's lost? Candace. Candace Owens. I got on a weird tangent there talking about conspiracy theories, current events, and apparently, well, I will say, like I said, recently, the last few times I've clicked on or seen, I don't usually click on her videos. Like now, my YouTube, whenever I'm scanning through videos, it'll just automatically start playing. And I've given it the last few a chance, tried to watch it, and I'm like, man, this just, I keep scrolling, you know? It just, but there's definitely enough other stuff that has happened that there's plenty of evidence that points to our government maliciously doing things that I don't understand the motives of fully. I mean, I kind of get a big picture of what's been going on now. Ultimately, it's not good. It's not good. It's not going to end well for America unless something changes. Don't like to talk doom and gloom like that because there's no upside to it. There just isn't. Yeah, and I also do believe that the more you talk about and create memories and topics about these things, the more negativity is going to happen. The more negative things that are going to continue to happen. That's just like your day-to-day thought process. Trying to be more positive. I'm trying to be more positive myself all the time. Like that's definitely a frontal thought. What's up, Mike? He said, "What's up, folks?" I think she's on to something. I don't know what it is, but again, like the last few times I've tried to watch her, just well, when I say the last few times, it's probably been last year when I've watched through something. And I was like, yeah, okay, I get it. She's on crack. We got to divide in the comments. But let me just put it to you this way, though. Something ain't right about what happened, and everything that's played out left and right and center with the whole Charlie thing. Something's up there. You can think what you want. Like, she might be off topic on some things, but there's also some things that stink, especially. And you know, I can't figure this one out myself. So the 30-06, let's just cover this topic really quick, because most of you guys are probably quite familiar with firearms and what the results are on the other end of something like that, especially if you've ever hunted. Ever since they said that, it's not even feasible. Even if it was a frangible round, right? Let's just say it was, for the sake of whatever. There's not going to not be an exit. Period. That could have hit a human anywhere. From that distance, I mean, you're a hamburger. You're not going to have a singular, rather small wound. It's not going to be the case. Yeah, no way. Texas, I agree. There's no way. Again, if you're familiar with them, and see, that takes me back to thinking, for instance, when Kennedy, the magic bullet, kind of the similar circumstance here with Charlie. Like, it's always just that fluke. Oh, well, maybe it was just like some weird round, like, you know, that round didn't fire like it normally would. Yeah, I don't. That just always seems to happen. It always just seems to be a coincidence that something like that was to happen. So I'm calling BS. Calling BS on that, and the pictures that we've seen, if you guys have seen them, I don't know if you have or not, inside the vehicle afterwards, like all that plastic that was all over the place. What was that about? Number one, I think I have an idea. Number two, well, there's a lot of things. Like that guy, I can't remember what that guy's name was, but within seconds, like 3 or 4 or 5 seconds, something like that, after it happened, he's through that tunnel and like standing up on the side and like, oh, Charlie's gone. They got him, or whatever he said. That was really weird. The guy taking the stuff out of the camera, the memory, just took the memory cards out of the camera again. It's mega bizarre. There's a lot of things that don't make any sense about any of it. It's like the modern day version of what happened to Kennedy, and I'm not comparing Charlie to Kennedy, because that's not. I didn't live through the Kennedy era, but he also was the president of the United States. There's a big difference between him and this situation, in my opinion. And then everything that's been happening since has been very odd. Very odd. They just fired a bunch of people the other day. They're trying to shut down the leaks. But yeah, as far as like the Patsy and everything, like that's where the comparison comes in. The magic bullet. There are parallels there that you can't really ignore. That, again, coincidences. I'm not a firm believer in coincidences. Like, usually there's a lot more to it than it just being a coincidence. Usually there's a lot. It's malicious. Coincidences don't usually happen in a good way. But yet, like, for instance, there's also some weird parallels with the Vegas thing and Charlie. So, I think it was not the next day, but the day after that. I think it was 2 days later. There was a guy that lived in Vegas that was live streaming the venue where it happened, and you had multiple FBI agents. They had on FBI coveralls. They had FBI across the back of them. He was standing up and like filming over a fence because it was like blocked. Well, the venue was already that way anyway, where you couldn't just be standing on the street and see in. So anyway, he films them taking black paint and paint rollers, going around and painting over the strikes on the ground. That is insane. You're literally covering up what happened. There was no reason for that to happen, for them to do that. None whatsoever. Absolutely. Maybe months later, after every bit of information that could have been gathered from that was gathered, but 2 days later. And then with Charlie, like, they went through and literally dug up where it happened, re-concreted and paved over it. I don't know if it was paved or it was concrete. What? Like, why? What? They tried to act like it was scheduled long, and it wasn't. It wasn't. It's been confirmed that it was not. So, yeah. Anyway, what's the name of the holiday on Monday, Dan? Happy, is it all? What'd you call it? It's Australia Day? Oh, it's called Australia Day. Okay. Smitty, how you doing, gents? It's been a long time. You talked to BTemple lately? I ain't talked to Trucker either. I need to get in contact with both those guys. It's good to see you, Smitty. I was happy to see Smokey was still alive. What time is it? It's after midnight. We should be getting plowed by snow right now, and we're not. Still not. Monday's called I got to go back to work. Well, in Australia, it's a national holiday called Australia Day, and I think most people don't have to work. But yeah, it's good to see you in here, Smitty. Talked to Trucker last week. I need to text him. Haven't heard from BTemple in a while. Chat with CT a lot. He's doing great now. Good. Oh, he's off the road? What? Interesting. Interesting. What's he doing now? Is he doing something else? I wish my camera was up higher. He was excited to get off the road. Found a good job at a plant. I wonder if he'll be happy doing that. He's been driving a truck a long time. I mean, most people can transition out of a truck job pretty easy. This is a black currant drink from Tassie. I guess it's called pure Tassie. But it's just straight up black currant. It's it does have a lot of similarities to grape juice, but it's a little more aromatic, and I would say a little more fruity than like a little more tropical fruity kind of. Pulp like paper. Told him he's a liability, but they hired him anyway. Poor trucker. Can't. Well, he still won. That's good. You know, hopefully he can make the same amount of money he was making. Well, being on the road like that cost you. I mean, I don't think he was. Did he? He was never an owner operator, was he? He always worked for a company. I don't know how you guys. I don't even know if you guys do that up there in Canada. What a grand support you were. Yeah. Oh, he did own his truck, so he was an owner-operator. Well, he's probably still got his truck. I wouldn't just immediately get rid of it. You know, you never know. There might be some coworker you can't stand to work with. I mean, you never know. I've ran across that maybe twice in my life. I've worked a lot of different jobs, a lot of different places. I did union work for a long time, which that puts you in a position or in a space where you bounce around a lot. What's new? I don't know. We've gotten to work on the studio, and I hope to have it done pretty soon. That'll be huge, because once it's done, I think we can do some sort of at least soft meetup here. I think we could probably get I mean, if I could get my restaurant done too, we could really do a big meet. We could do a big meetup here even. But the problem here is lodging. Like the hotels around here suck, and they're way overpriced. Way overpriced. Truckers off the road. BTemple is was, I don't know if he still is, because I haven't talked to him in so long. He was a school teacher. He got a tent. Now, there are some RV camp spots around here. As far as like actual campgrounds where you can throw a tent up, I think there's one in Galpless that still does that. Maybe. I don't think most of the RV places around here, like the camping places, it's all glamping now. I mean, you're staying in a $20,000 to $300,000 RV, a camper or an RV. The studio could probably support like we could probably do 30 to 40 people there, and if we did both upstairs and downstairs, we could do more. But just doing it like everybody trying to stay downstairs, which we wouldn't have to do that, but definitely like a downstairs hanging out in the studio area, we could probably do 30 to 40 people. And I'd say that would probably be good enough. But I think that's something that needs to happen. We're overdue for another meetup. The last one was right before COVID, 2019, right? Yeah, it was 2019, wasn't it? Or was it 2018? Might have been 2018. It's been a long time. Wow, that's not good. Yeah, we need to do something. Yeah. Huh. I guess I hadn't thought about it in terms of how long it had been. It was 2019. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was 18 or 19. So it was 2019. Yeah. Oh, I still remember it. I mean, didn't get much sleep those few days. Yeah, time is like it's kind of, it feels different. Am I wrong in saying that time feels different since COVID? I don't know what it is, but it just kind of seems to be just flying by. And before then, it seemed, I don't know, it seemed different. It just seemed different. That looked really weird. Huh. Looked like that had solidified, but it hasn't. All right, well, I'm going to get off here, clean up my mess. I do have some eating to do still. I'm going to finish that bolognese because, well, I'm still hungry. Those chemical fogs still, yeah, well, those chemtrails are very real, and they finally admitted to it. And the amount of crap that's in them, especially the aluminum, it's ruined our land. It's a problem. Got to slow down time by doing new things. Same routine day in and day out makes it seem like it goes fast. Yeah, yeah, that I have heard before, and I do recognize that. But even with doing new things, it doesn't seem like, something seems different. I don't, maybe it's just me. Could just be me and my brain that perceives time. Time is time, right? It's going by the same amount of time, but it just seems different. All right. Well, I do have a mess to clean up. We gone slow during COVID, and then the restart makes it feel like time's moving quicker. Yeah, everybody did slow way down during COVID. That's true. I will say, like, after having COVID, it done weird things to me. I think it probably done a lot of weird things to other people as well. And it did seem to affect my thought process and other things mentally for me. Again, that could just be a me thing, but it does, or for me, it seems to have done something. Before my night shift, I will be on the same SAP schedule, all sleep schedule as you guys. Well, Dan, I'm getting ready to get off here anyways. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for the super chats. What is it now? The cognitive capacity. It's the passive things that after COVID makes it feel like it's faster now to everyone, I think. It may be. Yeah, maybe it was just like the collective slowdown of society. And then it was like, try to go back to normal. Try to get back to what, maybe that's what it is, but it seems like we would have time to have adjusted to that by now. And if that is the case, I haven't. Because it just seems like you blink and a week's over. Glad that you can hang out for once. Thanks. And Dan, you're the legend. we appreciate you, man. Everything that was on the table here was thanks to you, and I'm not worthy of that, but I certainly appreciate it. And all right, well, that was an interesting Australian takedown of a meal, and it was all over the place. The one thing I didn't try were the Zappos. From memory, they're just like a chewy, fruity. Um, what are those one things that they kind of remind me of? Starts with an M. Drawing a blank. See, that's another thing too. I forget stuff like, not like I didn't used to do that. Not like I do now. What are those things? I don't know. They're fruity, chewy candies. Not taffy. That's not it. No. Oh, what are they called? I used to eat them all the time. I don't know. I've cut a lot of stuff like that out of my diet, though. A lot of sugar and crap like that. I've been trying to eat healthy. Don't forget that the thumbs up or down before you take off, if you don't mind. You got a long press on the screen, and then the thing will come up, and you'll be able to hit the thumbs up or down. I appreciate you if you do. Just give Google their 2 cents of what they'd like to know. You know, they need their data. They need their data. They want to collect their data. But, all right, guys. Thanks, LC. Thanks, Dan, for the super chats. You guys do not have to do that. I'm highly appreciative of you guys just hanging out. That's all. Just the crew hanging out. That's all. And hopefully we'll get a get-together soon. And, all right. Thanks to my patrons. Thanks to you guys. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.